I guess when I'm writing a novel, a lot of times in between books, I will hear from women who've read a previous book and they'll say, wow, this is what I'm going through and this is how that book helped me, or wow, this is what I'm facing, please pray for me. So whenever I start a new project, I'm always thinking about the women that I've already heard from or the issues that I'm hearing about in the news that women are facing. And I start with, what do I want readers to take away from this book? And
Yeah.
then when I start there, it helps me craft the character and the idea. So with this particular book, I really wanted women to understand we live in a society where you have to be perfect and you have to be beautiful and you have to be young. And I really feel like women are hurting. And so if we can find the courage to remove our mask, to be transparent, to be vulnerable and say, hey, I'm hurting just like you, or if I've made mistakes just like you. Not only can we help the younger women that we need to be mentoring, like in the Bible, the older women mentor the younger women, but we can help each other. You know, we can help. There's a character in this book that no one likes, Jade. They think, oh my gosh, she's just all that. But Jade's got some issues herself. So when she sheds her mask, the other women can finally embrace her and say, wow, we want to support her. We want to pray for her. So it's really a book that hopefully will encourage women to, live their truth, speak their truth, and then embrace each other as they try to journey and grow in faith.
And just curious as far as the setting of this series, where you have three sisters and they come out of a pastor's home and some of the issues there, their relationship with their dad. How did you come to the, I guess, settle in on that particular type of background?
I usually try to write like a backstory or a
Uh-huh.
history of each of my characters and how they got where they are. And so when they wanted me to write a 3-book series, and I do like to write my series where they're standalone. So
Uh-huh.
if you read Lead Me Home first, you won't be lost,
Right.
or you could start with Coming Home or whatever. So I was just thinking, okay, I want to write about 3 different women, but they're connected in some way, and yet there's this disconnection. So what is the anchor? And that's kind of how I came up with the idea of, it could have been their father was a successful business executive. Their mother was an alcoholic, but I landed on this because I think a lot of times people of faith are expected to be so perfect and you're held to this standard. But I really, my ministry is in some ways to people who are struggling with faith or even running from God. So I like to show that Christians are flawed. The only thing that really saves us is grace and mercy and God's favor. And so that's kind of how I landed on that, to say, you know what? Yeah, they might be the PK kids and everybody expects them to be perfect and get it right, but they have the same issues as your teenagers or as your sons and daughters. And so grace is what sees them through.